Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm George from the University of Calgary. I'm a civil engineer when I started. And before I joined the university, I worked for 10 years in construction, for construction contractor in the Middle East. And then I went to Britain. I did my master's and PhD degree at a university in Britain. Then when I went to Canada, I worked in the claims and dispute business. So I am a claim consultant. You know, when delays, cost overrun, people fight, you say, give me more money. They say, no. I am one of those. I investigated project. So you will see my presentation because not only because I am a professor, but because I worked in industry and worked in investigating major project, working either for the contractor or the owner, and sometimes we go to litigation and we go to court. Then 22 years ago, I joined the University of Calgary as professor of project management. Now I am the director of project management at the university. We have a very good program which is really established by the oil and gas industry. Companies in the oil and gas industry like Husky, Suncor, Shell, they came to the university. Shell, the leadership of Shell actually started the program at the University of Calgary. And they came and they said, we want a project management program that goes through the life cycle of the project. If you are Hyundai Construction, you think construction here, but the owner starts here. Feasibility studies, planning and development, and then engineering, and then procurement, then construction. So all the universities everywhere, and especially civil engineering, they focus on construction, the construction phase. But the project is bigger. So the oil and gas came to the University of Calgary, and they said, we want the oil and gas life cycle, and we developed master's degree in project management. And we have research in project management, we have PhD as well. And so we have new ideas now we're gonna implement also. So that's a little bit about George and a little bit about the University of Calgary. Safety, a little safety moment. The other day, you see, I injured myself. So if you see me sit, I mean tired. What happened is I sat on the floor. My wife, the boss, asked me to clean the carpet. So I was cleaning and then stood up very quickly, bent this leg. And it is hurting. I can't go escalator, stair, difficult for me. So amazing, sometimes safety, we forget for 1 second, accident. And in your business, safety is very important. I hope to see you all day 2, tomorrow. Anybody coming day tomorrow? Tomorrow? Please, if you can, come tomorrow also, because I'm going to talk about the legal side of the business in Canada, the law, including health and safety. Who is responsible for health and safety? What are the consequences of health and safety? Big deal. I think it's everywhere, but North America, Europe, Korea, Japan, these advanced countries, safety is now, people in Canada, if you are a manager, let's say Samsung, you are the top manager, and there is an accident on your site, you go to jail. The boss goes to jail. So I will explain that day 2. And please, if you want to come day 2, day 1, day 3, you are welcome. So before I do this, we start the course. If I am speaking fast or doesn't make sense, raise your hand. Make sense? Yes, please. Yeah. Ask me. Say, George, what do you mean? I want to make it interactive. If you have experience you want to share with us, share it. Don't be shy, because we're going to learn from each other. I'm definitely going to learn from you. I have too much material, too much. This is day one only? Huh? Let me see.
Day 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, okay, 3 day. They're gonna send you electronic. This is a book I wrote with a few people, two people from Norway, one from US and myself, about a project. And we call the book Risk Navigation Strategies. And have a look, there are a few elements very practical, and a few chapters academic. I can explain this in day 3. Jasper will send you electronic copies of reports like benchmarking industry practices in Alberta, oil sand. How did they do? How is their performance? Is it good? For example, cost goes up to 105%. Do you know what it means? 100% increase. So 1 billion becomes 2 billion. That's a disaster, and it's happened. So this report, have a look at it if you are thinking, how would I compete if I want to go, my company goes to oil sand project, what should I need to know? How to communicate with those people? Husky, Suncor, Shell. I want you to know how to talk to them, what they worry about, what they want. Just to tell you more, Korean companies have good reputation in Canada. So that's good, plus. But the problem is cost overrun on this project is up to 100, between 50 to 100%, just roughly, okay? So every time, if you go and bid a project and increases by 100%, you go bankrupt. So the client, Husky, Shell, Suncor, stopped all the project now. We stopped them. Which is good for you, is that what can you do to prepare yourself or your companies? Okay, so let's introduce ourselves, yourself. Maybe I start with Professor Choi. I will deal with some of those issues day 1, day 2, day 3. So we divided the course into 3 courses. So some of the elements, I hope I will touch on them. Very good. The building, and especially big building, also very complex. These oil sands projects or process engineering projects are complex. When they are mega, the size of these projects increases complexity for all of us. So building could be very complex, or a refinery is also complex. The size of it, like we have disasters in building stadiums everywhere, global now. So infrastructure projects are not easier at all, but different technical complexity, different because of the process engineering, mechanical, electrical, procurement element of it. In the building, if a hospital, it's a high-rise building, the same complexity, mechanical, electrical, civil engineering, all of it, and clients. So similarities in characteristics of all these projects. So I will talk about mega project, but you will see with focus is on the oil and gas, which hopefully will bring some additional information for you to share with your student. Yeah, excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Again, aerospace. watch with those plane manufacturers, Boeing, you name it, when they start and introduce a new plane. Cost overrun, whatever they promise. Let's say they promise we'll finish the plane, design and build it in 5 years, take them 10 years. And they think it's 2 billion become 5 billion. All plane manufacturers. Again, risk and complexity, risk. So we need to learn how to deal with risk. We need to anticipate risk. We need to expect risk. Risk is part of our life. We can't avoid it. It is on our daily basis. So we have to have the flexibility in the plan and in the brain to react very quickly and make decision very quickly. Make decision, because you and I can sit and say, what could happen? What could risk? What could go wrong? Oh, this. We can list them all. Something else is going to happen, even with all our experience. So this is where I'm going to talk about contingencies in the plan and how we react and how we empower the team. It's all about leaders as well. The team who going to make decision. If they are afraid of making decision, we can't then deal quickly with emerging risks. We need to deal with them. Somebody with experience, like yourself in the room, you have experience, a new situation comes, what do? Make decision. If you can't make decision because of the organization structure is too rigid, then we are slow. By the time we take decision by committee, meeting, and nobody make decisions, then we are slow. We are late. There is delay. So these mega projects are very, very important. Our reputation, the company reputation, sometimes country's reputation. Let's say Japan, when I was in Japan, they're going to build, I think, the 2020 Olympics. They haven't built the stadium yet. Okay? 5 years from now, or 4. Okay, and as soon as they're going to go fast track engineering and design together, problem. We're going to spend more. So we know all the problems, but experienced people can make decisions. So you see me, I'm going to talk more about the leadership, about the team, more than the process, because you know the process, how to estimate project, how to schedule project. You know this, I don't need to teach you this. But it is the leadership and decision making that's going to make a big difference. If the team is excited, they love to work, they want to work, they enjoy working for you, and everyone at all levels, they make decision, without fear, no blame culture. That's the issue. So please, what I was saying earlier, if anything doesn't make sense to you, just tell me, stop me. If you want more detail, again, tell me. If you have an opinion and you want to say something, say, please, just feel free, because we're going to learn from each other and make it interactive discussion. Our learning objectives, which you summarize it all, learn about the oil sands of Alberta. Is there any opportunities for us as individuals or companies to be there, to participate in that huge, these are huge projects, mega projects, you would not believe it. It is like as big this university. You drive and process facility here and a process facility there, and multi-billion dollars in cost. Second learning objective, we're going to learn about mega project, how it's delivered. How we deliver a project, and I will show you very quickly the gated process, they call it. And this is international now. Every oil and gas company, like you go anywhere, they will use the same anywhere, in Australia or in India, in the Middle East, and I will talk about that. Then lessons learned, this one, lessons learned and challenges on SAG-D project. Anybody knows what SAG-D project is? Yeah, oh yeah. So have a look at this one, because the future of oil sand project is this methodology. SAG-D, okay. Just wait, we'll explain it in a minute. How a methodology for chemical engineers, you're gonna like this. How many chemical engineer, process engineer? Yeah, SAG-D will be a neat thing for you, how they extract oil which is deep underground. And this is the methodology that Korean companies, big companies, need to know very well how to deliver these projects. Design it, deliver it from inception to completion, from beginning to end. Learn how to plan and define a project. I'm going to talk about two documents, one called Project Charter and another one, Project Execution Plan. And I might show you Suncor methodology also. I have it with me. You refer to PMI PMBOK. PMBOK or PMI material, in my opinion, does not work very well with mega project, big project. Because mega project and big project, the uncertainty is so huge, so big, you have to become more reactive, agile, to react to emerging situation. PMBOK, you say, if you plan it and you follow the plan, you succeed. If you plan, follow the plan, you succeed. In oil and gas mega project, you plan, follow the plan, and anticipate the unexpected, and then deal with it. Community issues, environmental issues, political issues. Okay, I'm not talking about technical issues. By the way, all of us, I think in the room, most of us are engineers, correct? Engineers. Technical issues will not be your challenge, especially for Korean companies, okay? We have Hyundai, Samsung, SK, they can design anything, correct? They can build anything. Where is the problem? It's not the technical. It's the interaction between too many disciplines, between external factors and internal, like your client. Okay, if you go and work for Husky, you need to understand, you need to understand how Husky works. This is why I brought this. You need to understand how the owner thinks. What is their process? So you understand it. So what is expected of them, what is expected of you, so the interaction and the delays of lack of interaction will not happen on your project. That's what we are trying to do. Understand how to build and sustain project team. It's all about leadership and teams, how to build the team, how to make the team motivated, excited. And this is the time that I think cultural issues between different cultures is different. I think it's easier for you to manage in your culture, manage your workforce. It's maybe difficult if you come and manage workforce in Canada or the United States, correct? Yeah, and I'm going to talk about labor productivity as well. I sent you a report on labor productivity also. You need to understand the challenges of labor and labor productivity over there. Although I was reading the newspaper, Hyundai, the car company, they have a problem with unions now, okay? So union, non-union, environment, how you perform and build in a unionized environment. I can tell you one thing. I give presentation to unions as well in Canada. Next week, as soon as I go back to Canada, I go to a conference for union conference. I speak there. on 27th of July. Unions, what they want? They want their workforce, people to work. Now nobody works. Lots of unemployed people. Thousands of people lost their job. So this is the best time to talk to the unions and put them on your side. Be part of the team. So when we say team building, team between engineers, contractors, subcontractors, subcontractors, and the workers. Workers are more important. And if we can do that, we will succeed anywhere. I hope that throughout the discussion we will, and the 3 days, we'll discuss opportunities for improvement and obstacles to successful completion. What are the barriers? Why can't we succeed? What can we do to improve? This is how the plan of the 3-day is done. So please look at this in red. Too much material to cover in 1 day, but we'll do our best. I asked the team here to send you electronically the PowerPoint. Did you get the PowerPoint electronically also? Okay, you will get it. My PowerPoint, no copyright. You use it anywhere, share it anywhere with your student, please, anytime. But because I could not remove the material. Professor Choi, when you asked me to come and visit, and you said 1 day, okay, shall I remove the material or keep it? My heart said, don't remove it. I will keep everything. But if I don't cover all of it, don't blame me, please. Huh? But we will cover the most important things. And every day, the most important thing, we will cover it. You see, I will make, and Michael, thank you. You wanted me to focus on the oil sand and the current industry practices from companies. So I'm going to refer to companies. These are big names for you. Suncor, Chevron, Husky, Nexen, Penwest, best practices. Okay, lots of you know Suncor. So you need to know how Suncor think, what's their plan, because this could be your biggest client. For SK, this is the biggest client. Chevron, also a big company. Chevron and Shell working together in a joint venture in Calgary. Husky, I do all their training program in-house. So I am the trainer of Husky Energy. I developed their in-house company training program for their employees. Nexen, do you think you're gonna get job from Nexen? No. You know why? Nexen, who is the owner of Nexen? China, I think, which company, CMPC or, no? CPN, no. Yeah, Chinese company. So basically fabrication, they will send to China. Probably engineering, maybe engineering, they might need you. Okay. We're going to talk about hard issues like project charter. This is hard issue, the methodology. And then we'll talk about soft issues like the communication, the leadership, the team. This is the agenda for today. If we cover some of it, great. I will do introduction to Alberta oil sand. What are the characteristics of mega project? And this one, the characteristics of mega project, it's really any big project, if you think about it, but focus on, again, our problem. Lessons learned on SAGD project, a project life cycle and gated process, that's one. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about the methodology, what is a project charter, show you Suncor project charter, risk register, project execution plan of Suncor. I want you to see it, just to see it. So if you go to a company, individual, you want to work, and somebody said PEP, you know what it means, and you can describe it. If you representing SK and talking to a new company on new project, you need to understand this and explain it. I am the engineer representing SK. I know you, the owner, how you deliver your project from beginning to end. Wow, you will impress them. So you are not stranger. So today, I really want you to make sure you become almost like one of them. You are not stranger when you go there. And the door is open for Korean companies. You don't know how respected your engineering companies are and fabrication. So, by the way, there are fabrication plants in Alberta. There are. But Suncor, they come to Korea. They buy it from Korea, buy fabrication, manufacture, fabricate in Korea, ship it across the ocean, transport it across the land to Fort McMurray. It's cheaper. It's cheaper than in Alberta. You can have, I guess you can fabricate in yourself. You can fabricate in Alberta. But cost is the driver. How can we deliver project in a cost-effective manner? That's the challenge. Korean company can do it. But what your problem is, you do engineering, you do fabrication, you don't do the full package. Like if you go to the Middle East, you give full package. Lump sum, I give you a refinery, done. You can do it. If you go to those guys, Husky, Suncor, and say, Husky, what do you want? SAGD, what capacity? 30,000 barrels a day. Okay, it will cost you $1 billion. Can you do that? The construction or installation is your difficulty in that environment. So you need to think about this one. In my opinion, this is the best approach, my opinion. Or the safest approach, okay, I'll give you design. I'll give you fabrication. You are doing it. But nobody has done the full package yet. And if you understand, tomorrow I will talk about the legal side. If you understand the legal side, you can write a good contract. Like your team, when I signed a contract to come here, oh, you should see a good contract. So if you write a good contract about risk, it's all about risk. Which risk I can take, which risk I will not take. And which risk, if I take, I price it. Honestly, it's that simple. If you do it in a proper way, the Korean companies will do the best job there. These are mega project, means some of them $10 billion. Okay, translate to Korean, I don't know, trillion. Make sense? I'm going to talk about contractual arrangements. How we contract with each other, different kind of contracts. So familiarize yourself. And I'm sure you've done it, you know it. So we'll go through it very quickly. But which one? Lump sum, cost reimbursable. Today, I received an email from Canada. One company gonna build a new company, are thinking of a project. Watch this, today. And the company, one of similar to this, but smaller, they asked me, they want to talk to me, George, which methodology we should use? They are asking me, is it we go lump sum, cost reimbursable? Do you know what cost reimbursable or cost plus contract? Okay. By the way, if I say many things and nobody says anything, to me means you understand it and accepted it. Please challenge the speaker. Challenge me back. Make sense? Okay. So companies are starting today thinking about, because oil prices will go up. It will go up. Oil prices around now $45, correct? 45. Once we reach 60, all of those guys will start projects. Be ready. You are not ready. So big players here like Hyundai, Samsung, SK need, and maybe there are other players, I don't know, big ones, need to reorganize themselves in a way that they are ready, say, Sankor, your next SAGD, I can deliver it. You just get out of my way. Come back 3 years, I will get you SAGD operating. That has its challenges, but it can be done. So I will talk about selecting contractors, some legal mechanism. This is how you control a schedule, how you manage a scope, not important for you. The team building, if I have time to talk about my methodology, I developed methodology. Remember when at the beginning today, I said I was a claims and dispute consultant, fighting with each other, and I am on one side or the other side. When I went to the university, I said, I'm going to work on dispute resolution. I'm going to work on team building rather than being involved in dispute, how to avoid dispute, how to resolve issues, how to build the team, how to sustain the team. So I developed a methodology, applied it on many, many projects. And in the book, it is described in chapter 13. Chapter 13 in the book describes the methodology that I have applied on many, many projects. And will show you. By the way, I am involved with the city of Calgary. They're going to build a big train line. We call it LRT, light train, about 42 kilometers. That's a big project. Compared to Seoul Metro, there is no comparison. No comparison. It's embarrassing. We have one line this way, one line that way. That's it. And they're going to add another line. But they are building this. It will be at least $5 billion project.